What's up, my fellow plant lovers? Devin is back. I'm here and I wanted to do a video outlining my top 3 favorite houseplants that are super easy to grow that I have growing in my houseplant garden. But this isn't going to be about your snake plants or your pothos or your spider plants, which most of us already know and love and have in our collections. So I wanted to show you guys 3 easy houseplants that you could consider adding to your houseplant that have a really unique look, a beautiful that create a beautiful energy inside the home and are absolutely easy. So the very first plant in my top 3 would be the banana plant from the genus Musa. And I particularly like the dwarf banana plants because they are so darn cute, and I have this growing. So this is my banana plant, and then I have an underplanting of spider plant, and it really creates a gorgeous look that is super easy and has been growing like, what grows really fast? Growing like a weed. That phrase is so overused, but been growing like a weed inside my home during the middle of winter. So this is an awesome house plant because all you really need to do, they do like a lot of light and they like to be watered quite regularly. So I'm generally keeping my pot, my soil moist, not sopping wet, but moist throughout the year. And I have it growing under a nice little grow light. And what is so awesome about the banana plants is their ability to grow really fast. So back in January, I had to drive this plant out from across the country. In order to fit it into my car, I had to chop it down. So you can kind of see where it was chopped down right here. And this was in the kind of like the middle of January. So since the middle of January, it's grown all of this growth over the last couple months, and it's just created this beautiful, beautiful energy, full of life, full of lushness. The foliage itself is stunning. And the cool thing is there's tons of awesome varieties out there. But like I was saying, I like the dwarf ones because you can keep them in a small pot and they're gonna stay relatively small. There's some I think that even stay smaller than this. And another really cool feature about growing banana plants is that they have an ability to create kind of like a little colony, a little family of banana plants growing all in the same container. You can see this one right here, it's not doing so well because it's really gets shaded out by these upper leaves. For a while I would cut the leaves off to give it some extra light, but I just said, heck with it, I don't really care. I like the big mama plant and I don't really mind if I have other babies or not. But over time, your banana plants will create a little colony of other plants. And you can check some of my other videos to see exactly how easy they are to divide out and create a whole new plant. And you know, like I was saying, I underplanted mine with this awesome spider plant, which is in most people's top 3 easy house plants. But we already knew that. So I underplanted with the spider plant, and I think it just creates a nice, beautiful flare, a little edge. Bananas are definitely in my top 3. Easy, sort of unusual, definitely lush houseplants. Let's move on to number 2. Okay, another plant in my top 3 is the elephant foot palm, ponytail palm, the Beaucarnea recurvata. And what I love about this, so this is what's considered a codex plant. So it has like this beautiful fat little gut right here. And we call this a codex, and it actually helps store water, which for us as a home gardener, we love that because this is a super like drought tolerant plant that you can go a few weeks without watering it and it'll be a-okay. So if you are a traveler, someone that goes around and, you know, voyages the world like I do, this is an awesome house plant because you can really go a few weeks without watering it and it's gonna be totally fine. And the other thing is that they create this gorgeous foliage that just overflows gently and ever caresses your face. No, it's actually kind of a little bit sharp if you rub it against your face. So I don't recommend that, like what I'm doing right now. But you can see it's absolutely stunning. And like I was saying earlier, when I moved into this house a few months ago, I had to cut it back before I was able to lug it around in my car and bring it here. And you can see where I cut a lot of the foliage. And over the last few months, it's really just created this overflowing habit, which I think is super stunning. You know, every house needs to have some like overflowing foliage plants. And I think this is a great one to think about adding to your garden. I call it the ponytail palm, known as a Beaucarnea recurvata. Awesome, awesome plant. Definitely in my top 3, easy, slightly unusual, cool houseplants. And to round off the top 3 is the Mini Monstera. It's known under a few different Latin names. I'll see Monstera minima is what mine was listed when I purchased it. But what I love about the Mini Monstera is that this is like the Monstera deliciosa that we all love, but in a cute, tiny little package. This, I think, is a much more forgiving plant than the Monstera deliciosa. It doesn't take up nearly as much space in the home, but it still offers that gorgeous kind of serrated look of the foliage, which so many of us adore. You know, seeing the shadows play with this foliage is a sight to be seen. But what I love absolutely most of all about this plant is that it looks perfect all the time. The foliage always looks great. I don't do anything, I don't shine it, I don't clean it. I have a little bit of string that I've attached it to this trellis, but otherwise I don't really do any care for this, and it looks good all the time. So if you're looking for a few really easy houseplants that aren't on that run-of-the-mill snake plant, pothos, spider plant list, consider some of the plants that I've listed in this video. They're all super easy plants to grow. You'll have success, I guarantee it. And they all have a really unique characteristic, a very unique energy about them. So consider adding them to your garden. I think you will enjoy it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you later. Ciao.